Alright, let's get into some more run and shoot here. Some more drive starters, getting into the shotgun stuff. And let me silence my phone there. Right when I want to do this, I'll send a bunch of messages. How convenient. But anyway, I'm using the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes has the Hot Route Master. And there's some things I want to show you with Hot Route Master. Some cool little thing I noticed here when we come to trips slots close, and you go to level switch here. And what we're going to actually do is just random dime here, right? When I see on the right that the corner is backed off of Brown, you see how he's like 10 yards off? And it looks like zone, especially since the guy on the left, the fire guy who's unblocked, that nickel guy, he's not covering anybody. So it looks like it's zone. They could be doing a man, but if he's manned up on the running back, so he's in a very bad position, right? And when you have four receivers to one side, you can glitch out match coverages. Because if this is a cover four quarters or a cover four palms, what will end up happening is they will not man match. They will just go to drop, right? So if they're doing a lot of that, looking for crossers using the cover four palms, or they're trying to do a box coverage with cover four quarters on your three receivers onto one side. When you put the running back out there, it goes to four receivers. It messes up their coverage assignments and allows you to do some cool things, such as know what's going to come and plan accordingly, right? But what I noticed is that sometimes this works out to your favor or kind of against you, because sometimes this can get congested and it messes up the play. You have to dump it off to either R1 or circle, those two quick in cuts there. Sometimes, X, he'll be open, especially if the user likes to come down. You could throw over his head there. Uh, but sometimes it makes it where Pacheco will just be uncovered. So we're going to do that right now. He plays back, so we're just going to throw underneath. And I'll show you what I'm looking at and how I determine what I'm going to do. But I needed to run the play to show this. So I see that this guy is off, right? But he starts going back. Well, then I know not to look to that corner route. I'm going to look inside here, and I'm going to take just something quick here. I see that these two guys, I could throw it to them, but I was realizing there's nobody here. I'm going to throw it to him because now he has two lead blockers in front of him. And if they were able to hit one of them, I could get some good yardage there. So, again, this time we have him pressed, but that doesn't mean he's actually manning up, right? So we're still going to watch him. If he starts dropping back too deep, we look inside. But if he comes down like he's playing man coverage, we just basically watch that safety over to the top to see if he's going to play real far over to the side, like in a cover two man or a cover two zone, and determine whether or not we're going to hit Pacheco or not, right? Because if he goes in and falls back like that, we know not to throw that. And I tried to hit circle, but for some reason it wouldn't let me throw, so I decided to run it. Maybe I double tapped or something. But this is where I really look for it. In any of these situations here, since they have two high safeties, they only got 5 men in the box. Sometimes they only had like 4. I would run the ball. And like right here, Hopkins, I think I could hit Hopkins, right? Because if that safety is playing some kind of curl flat or something over there, where that linebacker closest to that side is doing that, I could probably hit that out before they react if that corner drops back. But I'm not going to look to there. We'll look to there on the replay. And we see how that corner comes over. He dropped it. But we'll look at the replay to show you what I'm looking at here. First, we'll look over here. So you see, he starts dropping back. I know I have that. That's an easy few yards there. Maybe even a first down, right? And make it second and short, depending on what down you're on, right? So I know if I wanted to, I could hit that. But what I'm really looking at is, like I said here, oh, I see he's coming down. So he's going to follow him inside. That doesn't mean I can't throw that. But I know, like a lot of times, congestion here. He breaks free. I know I have this. Could have thrown that underneath, but he dropped it. I'll run this just to... This looks like cover 2 press, man coverage. Doesn't mean it is what it looks like, but we see that it is here. Pacheco, boom. It looked like it may even be a blitz there. But this very consistently will get over there as long as that guy doesn't go deep. If I throw that up a bit, like even against a cover 2, you can get it over him if he's not in like a squat. If he's in a cloud and they don't put their drops to like 30, you can hit that. And like this, like I was saying, there's times where this happens. Nobody here. Easy touchdown, right? And of course, you don't have to do that play, right? Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put him on a block release, because with all the receivers on that side cutting in, if they all are, let's say, in man coverage, the linebacker who's manned up on Pacheco, if he's manned up on him, he's not blitzing, then he'll stay back, and then he runs out. It's just wide open, right? It's wide open field. So we take a look there. We'll take easy dump off. We don't have to do that setup if we don't want to. Here, looks like we could do a run. So that's what we're going to do. We do have that nickel guy over there. So we're going to try to make sure we come inside. Not try to bounce it out. Get them to respect the run. Here, I might do this. I might put him on the corner route. I could do either one. Looking at what I'm looking at here, it looks like it might be a cover 2. Right? It looks like a zone. So I'm going to do it just to show that if it is, that I could throw it up over him. Can you see that there? This looks like a blitz, so we're not going to actually change anything. I didn't mean to actually do that. Let's put him back on what he's supposed to be here. And we're just going to take a really bad throw. That was golden, but it was a bad throw for some reason. I could do a run again here. They have that spread out. Get them to respect the run. But I will switch to other plays. Like I think I showed these plays in other videos, so what we'll do is change formation and we'll show some other ones. But I've been liking this because I like the play as it is. And with the running back, there's times where I'll take him and I can put him on a triple option and put the slot guy on a seam route there. So if they end up being a cover 3, I still basically have the same setup for the levels, but now all of a sudden I could just attack that seam real deep. I don't think they're doing a cover 3, but you see how that there works. They actually did really good swapping right there. I want to look at that replay. Watch how they swapped. The linebacker who is coming down on him, and this guy who's covering the end, watch. He stops, he covers him, and he lets him take him. They swap. They did a good job. He still was enough open to make the play, but that was pretty cool coverage right there. But anyway, let's go over to some of these other formations that I haven't really gone into. You know what? Let's look at some plays here that can be big plays. Let's come over here. What I would do here is I come out in this 5 wide. Some reason sometimes they'll put a running back or a tight end, even though it's supposed to be 5 wide receivers. So you might have to come over here and check. We got Worthy, Rice, Hopkins, Brown, Smith-Schuster. So it should all be receivers, right? So we should be good on that. So let's come over here to curl flat corner. And I did this backwards. Let me reset this. You want the 3 receivers to the open side. And we'll just go with random. And what we'll do is we have basically a levels play over the middle here. You can go deep, middle, or short, right? So we'll take a look here. And I didn't like what I saw there. And what we look for is basically the safeties. If the safeties, we see them spread out, like they both go up and out, we know cover 2, we try to hit Rice here, triangle over the middle, to split them. If we see one of them go high, especially the one on the left, if he goes high and the other safety comes down, we know we have Rice for a big play in the seam. All right, kind of in the middle in the seam area, potential 1-play touchdown. If we see them kind of stay where they are, maybe drop back a little bit or even come down, we know it's a cover 4. We can potentially hit Rice over that, but we have to wait. That safety on the right, that's above Smith-Schuster. If he stays down, like he's going to cover Worthy on that dig, we can throw Rice over the top. But if he starts to drop back to cover Worthy, because it's more of a cover for Palms, he's looking for somebody coming across, we can hit Worthy underneath him. All right, so let's take a look. We see how that spreads out there. It looked like it was more of a cover 1 man. We saw that safety on the right. We'll look at the replay to show you what I saw. We saw him just get out of the way. When we saw him get out of the way, that's when we knew. See, he comes down over this way. He was going way out. It looked like he was going to come down and play some kind of man coverage for some reason, but he ends up running way over here. I don't know what coverage this is, but once I saw that safety got out of the way, I didn't really care what this guy was doing, because even though he's going up and to the way Rice is going, I knew my guy had the leverage. It was a bad throw, but you see there how that works. So this is what we'll do again. When you have them spread out like this, you can tell the coverage a lot quicker, a lot easier. So we see a cover 3 again. We just got to wait. Threw a bad pass, but you can see number 4 is open. I saw that safety on this side. Again, he comes down. I know it's either cover 3, cover 1, like a robber kind of thing. So I know he's open. Look at all that green grass in front of him. I just didn't make the throw. Right? So it's all about watching the safeties and what they do and just practicing that. So we see that and I got sacked. They did the opposite here. Let me show you. This one can make you hesitate, because you see this time he's the one that drops back this way. He's the one that comes down. So what I was actually looking for is, since he went back, was Worthy, but I wasn't able to get the throw off. This guy's kind of playing in the middle. He's not committing to either one, so I was going to just throw it up over him, but I got hit before I could do that. Because I don't think the Chiefs have very good offensive tackles. So they spread out a bit. I didn't think he'd be able to keep up with Worthy, but he did. Looks like they like to keep doing zone. I'll run it just a couple times to show you. But you also need to mix another play with this. because if they see you're doing this, they're going to know what you're doing. Okay, there's no other safety over there. He's covered by a linebacker. We'll just throw it up. Boom. Right? Easy peasy. But we'll also look at a couple other plays here. Another one there where you can do a motion. Another one I like is actually flood here. Because it's very much similar. You could leave it as it is. That flood is a nice one to use. But I like having this kind of double dig. It's kind of like a deeper levels concept where you have the two lower guys who do quick ins, but this time you have deeper ins. So if Rice draws the coverage, you can potentially hit Hopkins, right? But another thing, excuse me, you got the hiccups all of a sudden. When you don't see anybody over here, right? There's nobody actually up at the line. Even if you don't got a running quarterback, you do this to show them that you're willing to do it and they have to respect it. And you just come up and try to slide. But I just wanted to show you can use that to still run out of this formation. So here, they might think you're doing that same corner, but you're not, and you got the quick drag over the middle here. So they can see how they did like a cover 2, and that middle linebacker went back deep. So he would be able to cover that slant if that deep post route was there. Well, he would be in a good position, right? But since you switched it up, if he goes, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit the drag. So that's a nice little mix-up, and again, you can do this. You do quarterback blast. I'm going to run to this side. Just remember when you do that, when you motion, you can't switch the side again. So we're going to go that. Picked up 5 yards. Right, easy. And I'll show one more play out of this, I guess. You could leave the flood just how it is, but I wanted to show some like motion plays to to show you that you can mix up a couple of plays to look alike, but they're different. This I like on both sides. Mainly to the left, you got that high-low read. You're basically watching that guy on fire above Worthy, the free run blitzer there. If he were to run in, nobody's blocking him. That's what that fire means. And if he comes down and he's going to be all over Worthy, then you throw to Hopkins. If he drops back, then you throw to Worthy. Right? So you watch him. He's playing back a little bit. I know he was still on him, but he dropped back enough where I'm going to throw that. There, he's playing a little tight, so we'll see. He does a little man. Boom. Quick. Right? Quick, simple read here. I know there's not a lot of option routes right here or switch releases, but yeah, and we'll look to the other side here. You kind of have something similar, except you're not having a dig, you're having a slant. So you just kind of watch similar here. I'll run it like a couple more times. Watch him go over. Hey, that was a late hit. Nobody's right there. Maybe just possession catch that one. One more time here. Wanted to squeeze that one in just to throw it. Something different. But yeah, and then I could also, you can go to the blast here. He actually did good covering in there. Sometimes like this, it looks like a man blitz. Let's do a sweep here. Probably not the best thing because it looks like that nickel back there. I'm gonna run right into a blitz there. But just to show you, we got, you know, a little trick play here. Yep, I knew he was coming in. But yeah, if you like to spread it out, get a good look at what your opponent's coverage is. There you go. Of course, I like levels and levels switch here. You can mix these two up. Very similar. I'm trying to remember what plays I like to come out with the start drives in this formation. Let's come out and slide. This one, with the option routes, you gotta practice these things. Because if we look at to the right here, we were in red, we have brown. He could do a little hook or just run it, right? A little fade looking post there. Not post, just fly route. And then we have Smith-Schuster's doing a little bubble route there. But you can also, since we have Hot Route Master, we can put him on a zig. And it's basically a low read here. And what I would like to do is you just look real quick. I'll show you what I was looking at. He was already like bumping and running, right? So I was already looking at that. I just make sure that this guy. Okay, he just kind of teleported. That was weird. Where he was like inside position there. I know he's going to cut back on that zig. And plus, we want to go deep, right? And where he gets past him here, this safety's not going over the top. So I just lobbed it up. All right, this 60 slides pretty nice. You don't have to put Smith-Schuster on that route either. Right, you just kind of see if he follows him. He follows him. That safety is not coming over. I don't know if that was in bounds. But you see, just simple. Looks like that safety's over there now. And since he's over there, we'll see what he's doing. And I wanted to hit X, but I got antsy in there. So we come over here. Yeah, I knew that cover 2 he would come down. I was hoping to get it faster, but when you see they were doing that, Worthy, he's going to do that little slant. You just got to get the timing down on that. So we'll watch this again. Simple read. And now it's on pro. You might want to high throw it to help against not playing it on pro. But I also wanted to show, I forgot he's not going to do that route there. It's on pro, so I'm able to get away and have more time. But when the safety split X there, Worthy, he'll do that post, and I was kind of looking forward to that. But on cover 3, he'll go for a seam and doesn't really get open. Cover 1, I think he does the button hook. But I want to wait till I see those safeties split, and they're not doing it, so we're just going to throw it up like that. Yeah, there you go. Go down. Let's see if we can get those safeties to split, and they're not doing it, but we have nobody there. So when they do a cover 3 and the safety that's above them comes down, you have an opportunity to hit it. And I'm not even putting the... and man, he'll do that post as well. I think he should have caught that, but... like the running back, you can put him on something like this. Or if you think they're going to do a lot of cover 3, well then you can attack both seams. Because both these guys will attack the seam. And having 4 streaks against a cover 3 is how you beat it. Because they can't cover the seams. The safety has to choose one or the other. So if they do that single high again, I got the seams. Like they just did there. So So it's just kind of knowing what your opponent likes to do. If you're worried about the pressure, well, let's do a triple option with the running back. And they see I got the pressure, but I didn't get the ball off. But they keep doing a lot of single high, so I'll put him on a streak. And you see this time he's the one. And it was man, so I should have looked the other way, but that's where the practice comes in, right? Close one. Again, where practice comes in. This is a blitz. So what I want to do is I'm just going to put this guy on a quick slant. Wow. Not exactly where I wanted to throw it, but I didn't see that guy there either. But we can get them to respect the run. And I'll go to one more formation to wrap this video up. Just to show some drive starters, you know, not necessarily big plays, but things to get things going, get yourself in a rhythm in the game. I do like here Georgia. We'll go random coverage. So, I should have that to the open field. I don't know why I flipped it like that. I'll show you some plays here. Georgia. Random dime. What I like to do is put this guy in a zig, and it's kind of like I was showing you from that 4 wide. You hit one or the other here. Nobody's there. The guy came blitzing in. And if you don't have the hot route master, you don't have to do a zig. I'll show you something real quick. That's quite similar, maybe not as effective as if you just put them on a hitch. You know, it's a little deep. It can get in the way, but it's still got the same kind of effect there. Not something I would like to do, especially with this option route, because if they both do the hitches, it messes everything up. But you watch, he's got that. He was pretty tight on that zig. I could have still thrown it, but since I saw how tight he was on it, I knew he wasn't going to get behind him. Like, I can get a deeper throw, more yards. He's playing off. Boom. Right? A nice drive starter there. But you also got the high-low over the middle with Worthy and Hopkins. And if you want, you can do something with the running back. But we're just going to show this real quick. It's nice when you have a little bit of time to throw it. I don't know why he did the stop. Sometimes, like, the AI doesn't do the right thing. Shit. That safety's dropping back, but then he came back down. I want to see. I saw him. He was dropping back, and then right when I want to throw, he came crashing down. But what I would like to do, if I'm not going to be looking completely to the right, is put this guy on an option, because he clears that out. And since he didn't clear it out, I could just throw in that flat. I mean, not the flat, the drag. I'll show the replay. I was expecting the opposite to happen. Alright, so when I did this, I thought he was going to follow the drag, and then I was just going to throw the button hook here, but he stayed here, and he was open, right? So I shouldn't have assumed, and that was like wide open. I could probably got 10 yards easy. But also, since he stayed low like that, I could have probably hit this right in here as well. So just a little adjustment. You don't need a hot route master to do this one. We can see we got that. He got caught up in there. I'm just throwing the ball to throw it, and it still somehow made that throw. This might be a blitz. It's not. Alright, let's look at a couple other plays in this formation. Of course, there's times where you see an opportunity to run the ball. By all means, run the ball. 14 is a decent play there. Levels, play action read. What I would like to do is actually use the streak shallow when they're doing a lot of cover threes, because then Worthy will get that seam. And if you want, you could put Hopkins on one of those deep comebacks. We're not going to do that. If anything, we might do a check release. But yeah, it looks like they're doing that. And I had him open. I just didn't have time. Oh, I was too early for the replay. But you see here, let's get this. He's got the leverage. If you lead the ball this direction, I know I have it. The safety's not close enough, but I got sacked. All right, so that's another single high safety. Easy, right? And again, the coverage would be a little bit tighter, a little bit different when you're playing on All Pro or All Madden. But I'm doing this to show you basically concepts so you can see this stuff. I think there was one or two other plays out of this formation to show to start drives. Let me go the other way. I already showed you slide. You could do that same thing out of this formation that you can out of the trips halfback weak. You just have the running back to the same side as the three receivers. I thought there was another one I really wanted to show. I guess not. I'm not sure if I got into these other formations here. Spread and flank are close. There's some, I might go over that next time. I'll wrap this up now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I added something to your repertoire if you like using the run and shoot. I did not know that's the play I picked, but it can still work out. But yeah, there you go. I guess how much time I got into this. Yeah, I'll keep it shorter than usual. I didn't go over how I would run the ball. And then I guess I will show one. I will audible to the speed option when I see there's an interesting thing. You'll see people come out in, is it here? I thought I had the 3-3 odd in here. We'll see if it's the same thing in the 3-3 stack here. I don't think they got a cover 6 in this formation, to be honest. But there's times, I guess let's just do a cover 4 drop. But you see here, this is not going to work because when it comes out in the 3-3-5 odd, the linebackers are shift over to one side. So that linebacker who's above number 1, he's kind of shifted over, and then the safety will be the P icon, the pitch icon. And that's a good time to run this because you have plenty of time to think. But right now it's the defensive end, so you have to make this decision quick because he's not going to be blocked. But when it's that safety back there, it's awesome because you can run for days with the quarterback before you decide if you want to pitch it or not. But we'll see if we can call a different play to see if we can get that. Maybe Let's run nickel to trap. No, we still got the defensive end. Yeah, the play's still working here, but it's on pro. But sometimes you'll see them come out in like a, that a lot of people like to run it, the 3-3-5 odd, and they don't like to flip the play because they like to run certain blitz, right? So then you run this speed option, and the pitch icon is their safety, and they don't even know it. The pitch read. So what you would end up doing is you're running with the quarterback. I just felt like running with him to show you, and you could usually pick up 5+ yards easy. But that's going to be that for this video. Of course, now and then, just do the simple inside zone. Everybody has that. Get them to respect the run. And I hope these pass plays add to what you already know about the run and shoot and what you like to use from the run and shoot. A lot of these plays I showed here really didn't use the switch release or the option routes too much. But sometimes these are the plays you use to get started, are not the option routes and stuff. It's the plays to get into rhythm, get used to what your opponent is doing and everything. It's just to get a good feel of the game, get comfortable, and then start doing the cool run and shoot stuff. So with that all being said, thanks for watching and take care.